Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Mailbag Day. Yes, that is right. We have a Mailbag Day coming at you. And a good morning to everyone out there. I've got my coffee, although by the time you watch this, it probably won't be morning anymore. It will probably be afternoon by the time I'm finishing editing, uploading, all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, oh, God, everybody out there who watches my show knows I love my coffee, and I especially love good coffee. So, anyway, we're actually going to take Mailbag Day in a little bit different direction today. Up until now, I've been showing just my comic books, but then I started realizing I get a lot more stuff in the mail than just comic books. So I just kind of wanted to show some of the more fun stuff that I do as well. But before all that, of course, we have to start with our package of shame. That is right. Now, I'm also having a little issue with my package of shame. I have an entire stack of them in my closet, but there's nothing in them because I've sent the books back. So I just have empty packages to show you guys. So I just pulled out a couple of my favorites that I have going on here. You know, this is always, oh yeah, just a nice padded. Really, what is this going to protect? Absolutely nothing. I have, oh, and they sent it media mail. Woohoo, isn't that fun? Speaking of media mail, I have a very expensive comic book coming in the mail today, and it came from a retailer out in California, and they sent it media mail. Can you, an actual comic book store sent it? They should know better. Anyway, next up. Oh, oh, at least they wrote "Do not bend." Are you kidding? Look, this was the protection. They taped up some manila envelopes. Yeah. The All-Stars, a package of shame here. This one was fun. At least this guy kind of tried. You know, we have some cardboard, but look. He didn't even reinforce the seam, so everything just bent. But yeah, you know, the post office will listen to that. Anyway, there we go. Those are my packages of shame for the day. All right, so now let's get into one of the fun things I was talking about before I get into the comic books that I've gotten in. So I'm going to start with this guy right here. You see that? What is in this box? All right, I'm going to start opening this up. Anyway, one of the big questions I get when, you know, either when I'm doing Q&As or just in the comments, people ask a lot, what am I specking on? I spec on a lot more stuff than just comic books. You know, the secondary market has completely exploded for trading cards. And what's going to be next now for trading cards? Action figures. That's what I really think. So I've been specking hard on action figures. This one in particular, this is the second one of this that I have received. So I'm just going to open this up down here and show you guys what I got. All right, we have Pachow, an original Angela action figure from the 1990s. Like I said, I'm specking hard on action figures. This is the second one of this particular model that I own. Yes, I say model because there are actually variations to this action figure, some of them harder to get than the others. There are specifically three variations of the first run of Angela here. This one here is the variation that has an actual ribbon around the staff. This is one of the harder to find ones. The most common one is just the normal figure with the staff in here, no pink ribbon. So you want to look for that. Now, the hardest to find of the three variations, I'm literally going to ask you to look up an action figure skirt. Now, if you look up her skirt, sometimes you can kind of get an angle in there or from the side, but you have to try to really get a good look in there. She will not be painted white between her legs. Caused a huge stir in the 90s. Everybody's like, oh my God, she's not wearing underwear. And the collector community affectionately named her Party Angela. That's probably the hardest to find. But a lot of sellers who sell this action figure don't even know they have it because they don't bother to look. They just put it up for sale. Still very reasonably priced, but like I said, I'm specking on action figures. I think the secondary market is really going to start blowing up for some of these 90s figures. Another fun fact, back when this was called Todd Toys and not McFarlane Toys, the owner of Barbie, I believe it was Mattel, if I remember correctly, actually sent McFarlane a cease and desist because they had a Barbie action figure named Todd, so they didn't want people getting confused with their Barbie. Yeah. So anyway, he renamed it McFarlane Toys after that. All right. Next up, let's start with the books. Yes, books. Oh, we all love comic books. You know, another thing that I really like. My channel was always supposed to be more than just comic books, so I really want to start venturing out to some of this other fun stuff, in particular action figures. I seriously love action figures. You know, I don't know, 15, 20 years back, I actually managed a used toy and video game store in Las Vegas, Nevada. Boy, that was a fun time. I had so many action figures and video games, I had no idea what to do with them all. All right. Okay, what do we got here? This is, hey, Battle Chasers, issue number 1. Battle Chasers here was a book from the 90s, written or drawn and co-written by Joe Medora. He was so hot back then. Coming off his run of X-Men, he wanted to do his own creator-owned stuff, but then he went to Battle Chasers, and then he went to doing video game design, if I'm not mistaken. But he's actually been coming out and saying Battle Chasers is coming back. So I'm really, really excited for that. I've always been a huge fan of his work, so I picked up a couple of the first issues, including a few of the variants. I have a feeling we're going to get a little spike in these in the coming months or so, once he starts rolling on that and we start getting more information on what's happening. And if you can find it, there's an awesome variant cover of just Red Monica. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it. Oh, God, so early in the morning. God, I love coffee. All right. What else do we got? Always some fun stuff here at Comic Vantage. The average person knows how to pack a comic book. We got Gemini mailer, we got padded. Alright, get into this. Alright, come on, we can do this. Okay. Let's see, what are you? You are? Hey, a Gen 13 variant. I've talked about these before when the Gen 13 ongoing series came out. It was coming off the miniseries. Everybody wanted it. It was such a huge deal. So they did 13 covers for the ongoing series, which at the time was completely unheard of. And one of them was a blank sketch cover. I wonder if this was the first sketch cover they ever did, although it's on that normal glossy comic book stock, so it's really not very conducive to sketching. But I'm curious. I'll have to look that up, see if this was the very first sketch cover. Okay, next up, let's see what we got. We have a box. I have no idea what is in the box. What is in the box? Is it possibly Gwyneth Paltrow's head? I don't know. I sure hope not. Ah, nice fresh razor blade on there. I love X-Actos. I probably have 1 or 2 X-Actos for every room of the house. They've come in handy over the years. Okay, we got a receipt, and we have a comic book. So let's just put up the comic book and not look at the receipt because I want to be surprised. This box in particular, I believe I've been looking at for about 8 months in my closet. I have no idea what's in here. Okay. Oh, hey, they did a front and backboard. Yay. Okay, let's take you out. All right. Woohoo, this is exciting. I'm so excited. All right, let's see. What are you? Lady Death, issue number one. Again, I have about a bajillion copies of this book, so I absolutely love it. I every time I see it for a good price, I gotta buy it. It's slowly creeping up in value. I've noticed though. It's like every time I go and buy one, I have to pay a little bit more each time. It was 2 years ago. I think I was paying like $7 and $8 a piece for these, and now they're getting closer to 25 on the high end, which I can't complain since I have honestly, no joke, I probably have about 20 copies of this book. I just absolutely adore it. It was one of my big purchases, when I was a kid back in the day. I think I was like 18 or 19 years old. I paid $30 because it was so hot when it came out. Everybody wanted Lady Death. Oh, it was the big thing at the time. The bad girl craze was just kicking off, and she was really at the forefront. All right. Next up, we got another box. There's something in here. It's like this box has been reused several times. I love that. Recycle. Whenever I get boxes in good condition, I always reuse them for something. I'm always mailing off packages, getting packages in. Especially Gemini mailers. Man, Gemini mailers can be reused several times as long as they are in good shape. Although sometimes the post office runs them over with their truck. Okay, what we got? Some good packaging too. Cut into the cardboard, not the book, people. What is this? I want to look at it. There we go. All right, what are you? You are, hey, Coffin Hill, issue number 1. Wow, I completely forgot that I bought this book. Actually, I bought that just for the cover. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I needed to have it, so wow. Okay, that's very cool. That's actually a book for the PC. Nice. All right, what's next? Got a nice Amazon package here, although it's not Amazon. Although if you send this through the mail, it will fold the delivery guys and they'll rush it through. Because Amazon has a contract with the post office, and this thing is an insane contract. The post office actually works on Sundays for Amazon to get their stuff out on time. Oh, okay. Well, this is not a comic book, people. This is another one of those fun things. Let's see if the back cover, yeah. This is another one of those fun things that I was telling you about. Actually, I'm going to open this up over here so you guys can't get a peek at it until I am done. Not a comic book, but definitely a bit of geek history right here. Let's put our now. Okay. Let me show you what we got here. Now this, I opened this package just now, and this took me back to 7th grade. All right, you ready? Dungeons and Dragons. The player's manual for the basic set. And it's actually both books. You get the Dungeon Master Rulebook and the Player's Handbook. Now, at the time Dungeons & Dragons was out, they had Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, and even 2nd edition, I believe, was still running at this time. It was incredibly complicated, just to jump right on into it and learn all the rules. So they started putting out these basic sets. They had the basic, the expert, the master. Oh, God, sorry about that, people. And it was to get younger generations into playing Dungeons & Dragons as an easier way to kind of, get into the game. And this is where it started. I recently picked these up off of eBay. These are other books that are really, really good to spec on. Older Dungeons & Dragons books. They've been really going up in value. This set in particular, I paid $25 for, and it's beat up. But I wanted a nice beater copy, because I'm actually going to frame these and hang them up because this reminds me. I wanted a copy that was used and loved because this reminds me of the copy I had when I was in seventh grade, and a friend had given it to me, and I was just getting into Dungeons and Dragons. I am going to have a blast today sitting down and reading through these again. I mean, this is some serious, serious history right here. Oh, but like I was saying, I paid $25 for this copy. The books actually came in its own box with a little crayon or pencil and a set of dice, and they were really cheap plastic dice, a red set. And if you can find a complete mint boxed set like that, you're looking well, between the $100 and $200 range for it. So older Dungeons and Dragons books are really worth specking on as well, especially some of these that were well loved. Back then the Dungeons and Dragons craze was really kicking off, and it's really taking off now again. So a lot of people like me are trying to hunt down their old books. I would love to own an entire set of some of these older books just to bring back some of the memories. Wow, yeah, this is dated 1983. Wow. People actually some kids wrote in the margins, adding up their hit points and things. So good. I am going to go through and clean this up a bit, though. Takes all the pencil marks out of it. Wow, it's got that old book smell. Okay, that's enough about that. Man, I just love that, though. Okay, let's get back to the comics. Okay, next up, what are you? Jeez, I bought a stack there. Okay, what is this? Oh, Spider-Man Deadpool. Issue number something or another. Well, look at that. Will it ever stop? Yes, it stops at 5 copies. Now you may be wondering, Comic Vantage, why did you grab 5 copies of this book? Well, first off, it is the variant edition. Let me see, what number is this? This is issue number 9. And this is the first appearance of a character named Itsy Bitsy, which was supposed to be a mashup between Spider-Man and Deadpool. She's kind of this crazy Spider-Girl. Really cool character. And this was her first appearance. And I'm just going to sit on these for a while just to see what happens, because she is really cool. I like her. Okay, let's see. Next up. Nice big note here. I have done my best to describe your... thank you for your purchase. I have done my best to describe your item accurately as possible and to package your item with care so that it arrives to you safely. Although I am not a comic book collector or dealer, I hope you are pleased with your purchase and it meets your expectations. Okay, I love that because this dude actually did do a great job packing. I hate that excuse when you get a poorly wrapped comic book and they're like, well, I'm not a collector. This is one person who did it right, and I can see they taped everything nice, and then they used packing tape or masking tape to hold down the book so it'll come off easier. So, this person actually used common sense. Can you believe that? Wow, common sense in this day and age. I don't even know. I'm flabbergasted. Kids, if you don't know what flabbergasted means, look it up. All right. Wow. This is actually great packing. They double wrap the package again in like a newspaper sort of packing. So that way they didn't actually tape the book. Okay, see, that's thoughtful. Very happy with this. So let's see what the book is. I'm sure it's in great condition after seeing all this. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a book I haven't seen in a long time. This is Helena #1. No, this is not bad lighting or a negative effect. This is the Platinum edition. Only 1,000 printed. Commemorative edition of Helena 1 with platinum metallic ink. Each copy was distributed in a Wizard MyGuard with this enclosed certificate of authenticity. Wow, I can't believe how good of shape this is, considering it didn't come with a backboard. Yeah, I don't know why they did this weird kind of metallic color ink that just sort of made it look everything washed out and negative back in the day, but they used this for a lot of their platinum and gold edition comics. Ooh, so good. All right, last but not least, we have the box from my comic shop out in Texas, otherwise known as Lone Star Comics. They're the only ones that use this type of box. They must get a great deal on them because they must use a lot of them. And they always come taped to that. Even if I don't reuse the box because it gets beat up, I always end up reusing this cardboard sheet. Okay. Don't look at the packing slip. All right. You are Hey, Shiver in the Dark, issue number 1. Now, this here actually brings back some memories for me. Shiver in the Dark is a creator-owned series by Stuart Sager. Now, a lot of you guys may know him from my Instagram channel or my Instagram page where I show a lot of his artwork, and I get a lot of remarks from this guy, and I put in my mystery boxes because his artwork is just straight up absolutely gorgeous. This is his first book from way back when. Let's see, they actually say it's from 2001. I remember meeting this guy at a San Diego Comic-Con. He was promoting his book. I ended up picking it up and absolutely loving it. Over the years, the book has gotten lost, or maybe I gave it away. I don't even know. So I wanted to pick it up again. Recently, he has told me he is going to be revamping Shiver in the Dark and re-releasing it. Probably a new story. His character, Grace, is so cool. She's such a powerful female lead. I love it. And the artwork is beautiful. I mean, Stuart Sager's artwork is like, you know, if Jay Lee and Bill Sienkiewicz had a love child. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing artwork. I love it so much. Anyway, guys, that's my mailbag for the day. Let's see what we got. We got a Shiver in the Dark, number 1. Oh, and this was a first printing. There were 2 or 3 that were published under different imprints. So, we have our Helena number 1 Platinum. I'm going to put those right there. I love those. We got a whole bunch of Spider-Man Deadpool number 9. First appearance of Itsy Bitsy. We got some old school Dungeons and Dragons. Seriously, I want to start showing more of this retro kind of stuff on my channel. So if you guys like that sort of stuff, leave me a comment down below. We got a Coffin Hill number 1. Beautiful, beautiful Johnson cover. Yeah, I cannot wait to, I think I'm going to get that framed. Lady Death number 1. I mean, everybody should have at least 5 copies of this in their collection. We got a Gen 13 number 1, the sketch variant, and we got our Battle Chasers number 1. And who could forget our awesome Angela action figure? All right, guys. So, what do you think of the new format for Mailbag Day? I want to start showing more of the interesting stuff that I get that other people might be interested in. Like I said, I want my channel to encompass everything geek. So, if you like it, let me know down below, and you know, I'll roll with more of it because I have a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. To my channel members, you are absolutely awesome. Your names are scrolling up right now with a huge thank you. To my subscribers, guys, thank you for watching and subbing me. Thanks for all the likes, all the comments. I love talking to everybody. So leave me comments down below. If you're not subbed, hit the CV right there, bell up top. You know what to do. And like always, guys, thank you for watching, and take it easy.